It's one of the most magical times of the year here in Toronto. We are on the cusp of seeing cherry blossoms at High Park. We might be seeing them bloom a little earlier than usual this year, too. Raymond Vendrig is the manager of urban forestry with the City of Toronto. He joins us now from High Park. Thanks for being with us today, Raymond.
How are you?
I'm great. Okay, I'm looking behind you. I'm trying to see if I could spot any buds out there. When can we expect to see them?
Well, so right now the buds are in what we refer to as the first stage of development. So with the warmer weather that we've had, the couple of warm weeks that we had at the beginning of February, plus the warm weather that we had last week, the buds are just starting to swell a little bit right now. So you can see some green in the buds. And that's an indication that that the process is beginning. But I think we still have a little ways to go, especially now that we've entered a period of cooler weather again.
I wonder if we're expecting to see buds blooming a little earlier, maybe historically early this year.
Well, it all depends on the weather, and you know, if the weather that we had last week continued, then I think that would have been a pretty fair guess that yes, it would have been an early blossom this year. But now that we've, again, you know, entered a week of cooler weather, that will slow down the bud development. So, you know, if you look at historically, peak bloom can be anywhere from as early as the middle of April right through to the middle of May. But it's all weather dependent.
How long will the flowers stick around for?
Generally, they stick around for a couple of weeks. Hopefully, you know, we have some nice dry days, not a lot of wind, and not really cold temperatures. So if we have warm temperatures and no freezing temperatures, then I think the buds will generally, or the flowers will stick around for probably 2 weeks.
Any tips for people hoping to visit High Park to take it all in?
Well, I think, you know, people should pay attention to the website. The High Park Nature Center has a good website where they track the bud development. The city also has a web page, and you know, through social media, I think everybody will know when the blossoms are ready to show themselves.
We wanted to ask you about the prescribed burns happening at High Park. What do residents need to know? Well,
that's a good question. Again, we will have a web page, and we will flyer the immediate area around High Park once we know the date. Like the cherry blossoms, the date for the prescribed burn will be weather dependent, and we'll know 1 or 2 days in advance. And when we do, we will post it on social media. We'll post it on the city's webpage, so people will have lots of notice as to when the burn will happen. And if there are any residents in the immediate area who, you know, have sensitivity to smoke, then they'll have notice, and if they need to, then they can leave the area just, you know, for a few hours while the burn's happening.
Raymond, can you remind us just exactly why these prescribed burns are carried out?
Yeah, so we're very lucky here in the City of Toronto to have this remnant black oak savanna ecosystem. It's a very rare ecosystem, and it's estimated that there's only 3% of that ecosystem that's left in Ontario from what it was years and years ago. It's again, it's a very rare ecosystem, and it consists of black oak trees, and then right down to shrubs like honeysuckle, and then grasses. And these are all plants that exist together in this ecosystem. They all thrive in the same soil conditions, And it's a unique ecosystem in that it is a very diverse species range. And so we're very fortunate to have it here in High Park in Toronto.
Raymond Vedrig with the City of Toronto, thanks for your time today.
Well, thank you very much. Take care.